Unit 11. Things that change the world. Passives, verbs and nouns that go together, and notices. A photograph that changed the world. This is the first X-ray photograph. It was taken by a German scientist, Wilhelm Conrad Röntgen, in 1896. It is his wife's hand. The bones in her hand and also her wedding ring are clearly seen in the photo. So this is the first X-ray. This is the hand of the scientist's wife that discovered the X-ray, and here it appears. You can see her wedding ring. X-rays were discovered by accident while Röntgen was experimenting with electricity. Soon after, he built the first X-ray machine. Immediately, hospital operations were made much safer. For the first time, doctors could see inside the people's bodies before they cut them open. In 1901, Röntgen was awarded the very first Nobel Prize in Physics. His invention is still used every day by doctors and dentists and is called the window into the human body. So X-rays are called the window into the human body. Since the introduction of computer imaging in the 1970s, X-ray machines have been used for other things too. At airports, many criminals have been caught with illegal items in their luggage. So X-rays are not only used in operations and in hospitals, they are also used for other things such as airports. So luggage here means their bags. Also, lost works of art have been discovered underneath other paintings. So this X-ray can also be beneficial by discovering paintings which are stolen. In factories, many faults in new products are found every day using X-rays. Also, in factories, X-rays are used. It is certain that X-rays will be used for a long time in the future. Grammar spot. Nearly all the verb forms in the text are in the passive. We have many forms of verbs in the text that I have read are in passive. The passive is formed with the verb to be and the past participle. يعني المبني للمجهول عندنا باللغة العربية. The passive is formed. شنو الform of the passive? Verb to be plus the past participle. For example, X-ray machines are used every day. The first X-ray machine was built in 1896. When we are more interested in the object of the active sentence, we use the passive. If we are interested in the object of the sentence, we use the passive. Because we are interested in the object, we use the passive. For example, active, this is an active sentence. Wilhelm Röntgen discovered X-rays. That is a normal active sentence. The passive sentence of this active sentence is X-rays were discovered by Wilhelm Röntgen. Here we are interested in the object X-rays. So we use the passive to show that we are interested in the object. X-rays were discovered by Wilhelm Röntgen. Active and passive. Complete these sentences. We have here the active sentences and here the passive. The active sentence number 1. They make Rolls-Royce cars in Britain. The passive of this sentence, Rolls-Royce cars are made in Britain. Rolls-Royce cars are made in Britain. Number 2, over 5 million people visit the Eiffel Tower every year. Here the word is visit, the passive. The Eiffel Tower is visited by over 5 million people every year. Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone in 1876. The telephone was invented by Alexander Graham Bell in 1876. So here number 3 is was invented. Was, the passive, was invented. Thieves stole the scream by Edvard Munch from a museum in Norway in 2004. The active here is stole. Number 4, the scream by Edvard Munch was stolen from a museum in Norway in 2004, and this is the passive. And number 5, they have sold a Van Gogh painting for $82 million. A Van Gogh painting has been sold for $82 million. So here number 5, have sold. Number 6, more than 2,000 people have climbed Mount Everest. Mount Everest has been climbed by more than 2,000 people. BMW will produce 200,000 mini cars next year. 200,000 mini cars will be produced by BMW next year. Here will be produced. Number 7. Number 8. Did Leonardo da Vinci make the helicopter? Did here did, and here make. Was the helicopter invented by Leonardo da Vinci? So, did Leonardo da Vinci invent the helicopter? Sorry, invent, not make. Invent the helicopter. Was the passive is was the helicopter invented by Leonardo da Vinci? The active sentence, number 9. Bill didn't invent the television. The passive sentence is television wasn't invented by Bell. Wasn't invented, because here we have the sentence number 9 is in the negative. So Bell didn't invent television. The passive is television wasn't invented by Bell. Underline the correct word or words in each sentence. That is the passive or the active form. Sentence number 1. Where was or were these shoes made? Where were these shoes made? Number 2, I was giving this watch by my uncle. By my uncle. Number 3, someone has stolen or has been stealing my bag. Someone has stolen my bag. Number 4, the newsagent sells sold stamps. The newsagent sells stamps. Number 5, British policemen don't carry or aren't carried guns. The right form is British policemen don't carry guns. Number 6, all the tea was drank or drunk by 9 o'clock. All the tea was drunk by 9 o'clock. Number 7, have all the sandwiches eaten or been eating. The correct sentence is Have all the sandwiches been eaten? Been eaten. Vocabulary and speaking. Verbs and nouns that go together. You know that it is like a collocation. Collocation, words that go together. And here we have the verbs and the nouns that go together. Around each verb, this is the verb, one noun does not go with it. Around each verb, one of these nouns don't go with this verb. So, discover. You can say, discover a cure, discover the truth, discover aspirin, and discover gold. And the noun that does not go with discover is DNA. DNA. Tell, the verb tell. You can say, tell a story, tell a joke, tell a lie, tell the truth, but you cannot say tell hello. So hello is the noun that doesn't go with the verb tell. Give, the verb give. Give a present, give advice, give information, give a lift. يعني هاي lift يعني توصيله. give a lift شخص يوصل شخص إلى مكان ما يعني بالسيارة. give a lift. But you cannot say give a complaint. Complaint يعني شكوى. give a complaint. So the noun that does not go with the word, with the verb give, is a complaint. Make. You can say make cars, make a discovery, make a phone call, make 1,000 pounds, but you cannot say make homework. You say do homework, if you remember that. Do homework. So the word or the noun that does not go with make, with the verb make, is homework. Lose. You can say lose weight, lose the game, lose the way, lose money. But you cannot say lose the bus. You say miss the bus. You cannot say lose the bus. So the noun that does not go with the verb lose is the bus. Carry, the verb carry. You can say carry an umbrella, carry passengers, carry a briefcase, carry a gun, but you cannot say carry a watch. So the noun a watch does not go with the verb carry. Keep. You can say keep the peace, keep a secret, keep a diary, keep a promise, but you cannot say keep an idea. So the noun an idea does not go with the verb keep. Miss, the verb miss. You can say miss the ball, miss the family, miss the bus, miss school, but you cannot say miss the way. So the the noun the way cannot go with the verb miss. The invention of Google. How many common English words were invented by Shakespeare? How long did it take people to find the answer to this question 15 years ago? And now you can Google it and find the answer immediately. So 15 years ago we cannot know what words were invented by Shakespeare, but now we can use Google to find out the answer. Google is the most popular internet search engine in the world. It was invented by two students, Larry Page and Sergey Brin. They met in 1995 when they were both studying computer science at Stanford University, USA. They were also both fans of the science fiction TV program Star Trek, and they loved the spaceship computer. Spaceship يعني السفينة الفضاء computer. They dreamed of producing something that could also answer any question in seconds. Internet search engines at the time were slow and gave many websites. January 1996, Page and Brin decided to make a better and faster search engine. They thought that the results should be based on the popularity of each website. The most popular ones have the highest number of web links to other websites. Nobody would give them money for their project, so they used their credit cards and bought as much computer memory as possible. They also borrowed money from family and friends. Then in 1998, they were given a check for $100,000 and they started their own company. Their first office was in a friend's garage. The company name Google comes from mathematics. A Google, here it is, you can say it, a Google is a very high number, 1 followed by 100 zeros. The Google search engine was soon used by thousands of people worldwide because it was fast, easy and accurate. Accurate means دقيق, precise يعني. By 2002, it was the biggest search engine on the internet. Now, more questions have been answered by Google than any other internet service, from sport to science and from music to medicine. Google hopes that in the future all those information will be put on the internet so that everybody can find everything. And everyday English we have notices. Notices means يعني in Arabic الملاحظات أو الإشعارات اللي موجودة بحيث ممكن واحد يستدل على البليس يعني على المكان. When you first go to a foreign country, يعني بلاد أجنبية, when you go to a foreign country, it can be difficult to understand notices. It is difficult to understand the notices they put on in the streets. Here are some typical English notices. Match them with these places. So we have here the notices and we match them with the places. We have the notices and match them with the places. Number 1, a bank or a post office. K. A bank or a post office. If you see this notice, please Q here. Q يعني take line. يعني it is either a bank or a post office. Number 2, a petrol station, يعني a gas station, a petrol station. A petrol station. C, premium unleaded. You have regular gas or premium gas. So number 2 is C, a petrol station. Number 3, a broken drinks machine, out of order, يعني عاطلة. A broken drinks machine, out of order. So number 3 is B. Number 4, a road in a town, يعني طريق ما في مدينة. A road in a town. J, here is the notice or the sign, one way. So a road in a town is J. Number 5, an airport. A, you can see here this screen of the airport. An airport, A. Number 6, the underground is H. That is the map, هاي الخارطة مع underground. So H, an underground, H. The underground is H. Number 7, a park, I. I, please keep off the grass. Here is the park and here is the notice to keep off the grass. So a park is I. Number 8, a zoo. D, feeding of animals prohibited, penalty 50 pound. يعني هنا اطعام الحيوانات هو ممنوع، اكو جزاء لها او يعني غرامه 50 pounds. For so number 8 is D. Number 9, a hotel. A hotel. F تلاحظون هاي النوتس مرات على الدور of the hotel room. So this is F. A hotel, F. Number 10 is E. Number 10, it is a railway station. Railway station يعني محطة قطار. E. Here is the notice. For security reasons, please keep all your luggage يعني الأمتعة or bags with you at all times. Any unattended items will be removed by the police without further warning. So here is a notice to keep your luggage with you all the time. So 10, a railway station, is E. Number 11, a public toilet. A public toilet يعني حمام عمومي. Here is G. engaged هنا العلامة engaged يعني مشغول، يعني شخص ما في موجود في داخل الحمام. So here number 11 is G, as I said. G, engaged mean here يعني مو موضوع الخطوبة، لكن a public toilet, when you see this notice engaged, it means somebody that is inside the toilet. So the opposite of engaged is vacant or empty يعني شاغر، فإذا هنا مشغول the opposite is vacant. And number 12, a motorway. Number 12, a motorway is L. motorway يعني طريق عام. there are services يعني اكو خدمات من 5 meters يعني على بعد 5 meters and 25 meters. So number 12 is L. And we have here the grammar reference of unit 11, the passive. The form of the passive is am, is, are, or was and were, has or have been, and will, plus the ed past participle. The past participle of regular verb ends in ed. So regular verbs ends in ed, that is their past participle. There are many common irregular verbs. As I said before, there are irregular verbs on page 143. Present, we have the positive and the negative. English is spoken all over the world, that is the present, the positive. Renault cars are made in France. My children aren't helped with their homework, so here is the negative. This is a passive sentence in negative, and these two are in positive. Coffee isn't grown in England. It is also a passive negative sentence, or a negative passive sentence. Question, where is rice grown? That is a passive question. Are cars made in your country? So here are the questions in passive forms. Past, positive and negative. The car was stolen. هنا عندنا past because we used here was. My car was stolen last night. The animals were frightened by a loud noise. He wasn't injured in the accident. That is the negative. And also the negative, the thieves weren't seen by anyone. Question, how was the window broken? We use the past here. How was the window broken? Were the plants watered last night? The present perfect, positive and negative. I've been robbed. robbed يعني سرقت. I've been robbed. Diet Cola has been made since 1982. That is the present perfect. They haven't been invited to the party. This sentence is the negative present perfect passive sentence. Question, how many times have you been hurt playing football? Has my car been repaired? And will, positive and negative. 10,000 cars will be produced next year. The cars won't be sold in the UK. Here it is a positive passive sentence, and here a negative passive sentence with will. Question, will the children be sent to a new school? So here these sentences are all passives with all their forms, positive, negative, and question. Note, the rules for tense usage in the passive are the same as in the active. Present simple to express habits, as you know before. My car is serviced regularly. Here is the present simple to express a habit. Past simple to express a finished action in the past. America was discovered by Christopher Columbus. Here it is the present simple, the past simple to express a finished action in the past. America was discovered by Christopher Columbus, so this is a finished action in the past. Present perfect to express an action which began in the past and continues to the present. So when there is a present perfect, a passive sentence of present perfect, it is to express an action began in the past بدأت في الماضي and continues to the present ومستمرة إلى الحاضر. For example, Diet Cola has been made since 1982. This is the present perfect, the passive present perfect. Number 2, the passive infinitive, that is to be plus the ed, the verb with ed or the past participle, yes, is used after modal auxiliary verbs and other verbs which are followed by an infinitive. So the passive infinitive is used after modal auxiliary verbs and other verbs which are followed by an infinitive. So driving should be, this is the modal auxiliary verb, should be, we said here be, banned in city centers. The house is going to be knocked down. The house, so these are certain verbs, certain other verbs that are followed by an infinitive. The house is going to be knocked down. The use. The object of an active verb becomes the subject of a passive verb. Notice the use of by in the passive sentence. So, as I said before, if we are interested in the object, we use the passive sentence. So, if the object of the active verb of the active sentence becomes the subject of a passive verb. Notice the use of by in the passive sentence. Here is the active sentence. Shakespeare wrote Hamlet. Hamlet هي مسرحية اسمها Hamlet. Shakespeare wrote Hamlet. Hamlet here is the object. So we are interested in the object Hamlet. But in the passive sentence, it becomes the subject of the passive sentence. Hamlet was written by Shakespeare. The passive is not another way of expressing the same sentence in the active. We choose the active or the passive depending on what we are more interested in. As I mentioned before, if we are interested in the object, we can make the sentence passive and make the object of the active sentence the subject. We make it the subject of the passive sentence. So it depends when what we are more interested in. Hamlet was written in 1600. Here we are more interested in Hamlet. And the second sentence, Shakespeare wrote comedies, histories, and tragedies. Here we are more interested in Shakespeare. Note, some verbs, for example, give, send, show, have two objects, a person and a thing. So here are some verbs like give, send, show. They have two objects, a person and a thing. For example, she gave me a book for my birthday. So here the verb give has two objects, me and a book, a person and a thing. In the passive, we often make the person the subject, not the thing. So, I was given a book for my birthday. We make the person the subject, not the thing here. I was given a book for my birthday. She was sent the information by post and you'll be shown where to sit. So, in the passive, we make the person the subject, not the thing. So, here, if we want to, we can choose, either the active or the passive depending on what we are more interested in. If we are interested in the object of the active sentence and we make it passive, the sentence we make is passive, we must put the object as the subject of the passive sentence. As I said, as I mentioned here, Shakespeare wrote Hamlet. This is the object. We are more interested in Hamlet, so we make it the subject of the passive sentence. Hamlet was written, and we use the preposition by Shakespeare. So in the passive, we use this preposition by Shakespeare. Thank you.